Hey everybody, Jim here with another video for you. This is Shocktober 2025, episode 21. But before we begin, at the end of this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up, a possible subscribe, but most importantly, please leave comments below. Let me know how you feel about this series of videos I've been doing. Let me know how you feel about some of the films I'm going to be highlighting today. Now today, as I said, is episode 21. Today is October 21st as I film this. And before I begin and give you the topic, I want to make a couple of announcements. First of all, today at 3 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. UK time, I will be on my very good friend's Gareth, his channel over at Video Tasties. We're going to be doing something a little different. He's got a montage rather, of 80s horror trailers and Halloween commercials. And the two of us are going to do like a live watch along with that and talk to people in the comments. So please head on over to Video Tasties today and check that out if you would. I'm going to leave the link to Gareth's channel in the description below. And also this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern time on the next edition of Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim, we're going to be talking about franchise horror with our good special guests Bryan at the Horror Punk and Larry at the Horror Cat Dad. And again, I'm going to be leaving links to all of those channels and the times of those shows in the description below. But speaking of tonight's topic on Talking Movies, we're talking about franchise horror. And I figured what better way to segue into that episode tonight than to do today's episode of Shocktober about some of my favorite franchises. Now, I'm not going to be covering all these tonight. I will be covering some other ones tonight that I'm not having included here. But I figured, what the heck, this would be a good time just to go ahead and get some franchises, some love, and, show you some stuff in my collection. So in no particular order, most of these are box sets, and that's the reason why I pulled them out. But this first one is not. But it might be the one that's most nearest and dearest to my heart lately. Because as the years have gone by, I find myself loving these films more and more every year. And I'm talking about Sam Raimi's Evil Dead franchise. This is my steelbook from the original. We also got Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. Army of Darkness, which, again, another steelbook. Love the artwork on this one. Rearrange those. Sorry, guys. And then we also have Ash versus the Evil Dead, which was a TV series on Starz, and it lasted 3 seasons, and I really wish they would have gotten a 4th one because it just ends on a cliffhanger. And again, this show is awesome. This might be my favorite thing out of all of it, believe it or not. It's just so entertaining. And then we've got the reboots. Evil Dead from Fede Alvarez and Evil Dead Rise. And they just wrapped photography on another Evil Dead movie, which will be the 3rd of this trilogy here. I think it's called Evil Dead Burn, but I'm not sure. But that's the first franchise we're talking about today, the Evil Dead. I absolutely love each and every one of these properties. I think they're all great. So let me get these out of the way. The rest of these will be a little bit easier to show because they are box sets. And again, in no particular order. We're going to start off with the Omen collection, which consists of The Omen, Damien Omen 2, The Final Conflict, Omen 4: The Awakening, which was a TV movie, and the remake of The Omen. Take these 2, throw them out, keep the other 3, but doesn't matter. Love the Omen films, especially the first 2. And again, Scream Factory does really, really nice work on these box sets. So, the second collection that we're going to be talking about, or that we just talked about, is The Omen. Next, now, you could say this is sci-fi, you could say it's horror, you could say it's both, but got to be talking about Alien. Now, this is only the quadrilogy, the first 4. I do own all of them on Blu-ray, but I figured, what the heck, since we're talking franchises, I would just grab the old quadrilogy DVD set. And quite honestly, I'll never get rid of this. I love this set because not only does it include both versions of the movies, it includes so many special features for each and every movie. There's more things in here about Alien and Aliens in the other 2 movies than I ever thought I would ever know. And it's just brilliant stuff. Again, I've got all of these movies on Blu-ray. I'll never get rid of this DVD set. I think it's great. So the Alien franchise is definitely one of the biggies in the bunch. I mean, it continues to this day. Spawned a TV show that did really well this past summer. Who knows what's coming up next? I know there's another Predator movie coming out pretty soon, which they intersected that franchise with this one. But let's face it, the Alien movies, those are the OGs. They really are. Next, got to give Freddy some love from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now again, this is my DVD collection. Includes the first the first 7 Nightmare on Elm Street movies. It does not include that piece of shit remake or Freddy vs. Jason. I own Freddy vs. Jason in another box set that I will be showing in a few moments. They recently just released this on 4K in a nice steel box. I see lots of people opening those, and it looks like a great set. Unfortunately, I'm one of the cavemen who has not upgraded to 4K and has no plans to do so. And I absolutely refuse to buy that piece of shit Blu-ray box set that they already have for this. Until they come out with a proper Blu-ray set, which they probably never will at this point, I'll stick to this collection. Not to mention the fact that if you would have asked me 15 years ago what my favorite franchise was, it would have been A Nightmare on Elm Street, hands down. Probably because the original Elm Street is my favorite slasher movie of all time, and it's my favorite theatrical experience of all time. But as the years have gone by, quite honestly, I still love the franchise, don't get me wrong. But really, there's only about 3 movies in here that are what I would consider great. There's like maybe one other one that I would think is okay or pretty good, and the rest are crap. They've got some interesting scenes in each one of them, but overall, they're not very good. But having said all of that, I still love the franchise as a whole. And I have to mention Freddy with The Nightmare on Elm Street. And since we were talking about Freddy, let's bring back his good, well, it depends on your point of view. I was going to say his good buddy Jason, but then again, they don't really get along very well in that one movie. We're talking about the Friday the 13th collection. Why did I drop it that way? Sorry, guys. Here's the movies. There's one missing because I took it out for the remake thing and never put it back, but you know what the movies are. And again, I'm never going to tell anybody that these movies are good, okay? But I love them. And as I've explained it to my friend Roy and a couple of other people, when it comes to Friday the 13th, to me, this is McDonald's as far as franchises go. Satisfying, it's not gourmet, but you know what you're going to get. Every time I've ever gone into a Friday the 13th movie, I've known what to expect, with the exception of this piece of shit. But we're not going to go there. I've already ranted about that one way too long. Again, like the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, I don't love all these movies, but I do love quite a few of them, actually. And Friday the 13th it's just one of those iconic franchises that I will love until the day I die. Okay, we're getting down to it now. How about Hellraiser? This is the Scarlet box set. This is the original OG box set from Arrow. Way out of print, this box set, even though it's been upgraded into 4K and everything else, this box set is still going for buku bucks because, again, it's a beautiful work of art. Take some of this stuff out because it's great. In addition to the first 3 films, Hellraiser, Hellbound, and Hell on Earth, it comes with another bonus disc and then boatloads of lobby cards and a book and then another hard cover book, which is upside down. But yeah, this thing is awesome. And I was lucky enough to get this when it first came out and was still in print before it went out of print. So I didn't have to pay exorbitant fees for it. And again, it's one of my prized possessions. I love this set beyond words. Again, these movies aren't for everybody. They're not great, depending on your point of view. But Pinhead is certainly an iconic figure in horror, and I love all 3 of these films. So, Hellraiser is the next franchise on the list. We've only got 2 left. The next one, Phantasm collection from Don Croscarelli. Consists of Phantasm, Phantasm 2, Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead, Phantasm 4, Oblivion, Phantasm 5, Ravager. Also comes with a little book here. This is the original Well Go USA box set, which is now way out of print as well. This has been re-released several times. I still think this OG one is the best, and I love this set. Again, out of the 5 films, these 2 are the only 2 that I would really consider great. I love both of them. Lord of the Dead is okay, it's entertaining. Oblivion is it's okay. Ravager's a piece of shit. But to be honest, I only watch these 2 for the most part. But I love this set, and I will keep this set until the day I die. We're going to end it on this one. And out of the franchises I'm going to highlight, this one's probably the most obscure. It's from Spain. And I'm talking about the Wreck Collection. Again, another box set from Scream Factory. This one consists of 4 films. The original Wreck, 2007, Wreck 2, Wreck Genesis, and Wreck Apocalypse. These are found footage films for the most part. The first 2 definitely are. If you ever saw the movie Quarantine, that is a remake of Wreck, of the original movie. Quarantine's a good movie. Wreck is a great movie. And Wreck 2 is even better. Again, Wreck 3 and Wreck 4 are both entertaining. I don't put them on the same level as the first 2 installments, but the first 2 movies are fantastic. Now, I know a lot of people don't like found footage movies or shaky cam, and I get it. Okay, I'm like that as well, for the most part. Cloverfield, I think, is a really good movie, but again, it gives me a headache, and I cannot watch Blair Witch. This one has a little bit of an advantage. It is a quote-unquote found footage movie, but you're following a film crew, a news film crew. So it's not like somebody running around with their phone or their camcorder. It is a little more professionally shot, and it's just creepy as hell. I don't want to go into the plot. It's something that you really need to check out. Again, I got this box set from Scream Factory. It's still readily available, but I'm pretty sure you can stream these movies somewhere. So the last recommendation for our franchise special today is the Wreck Collection. And that's going to do it for Shocktober 2025, episode 21. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up, a possible subscribe, but most importantly, please leave those comments below. Let me know how you feel about this series. Let me know how you feel about these movies that I just mentioned. And again, join us tonight on Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim. We're going to be talking about a boatload more franchises. And if you get a chance at 3 o'clock Central Time, please head on over to Gareth's channel at Video Tasties and spend an hour or so with me over there as well. I hope everybody's having a great day. We'll catch you on the next one.